Manchester, the greatest city in the world. Make some
Money in the building. Mecca.
I'm Mickey, the Manchester man.
Hey,
you know what I mean? Man United's the local team now, so none of you can say nothing no more. Alright? Hey, I'm here with the big dog. Introduce yourself, bro.
Boss dog, Boski, baby. Also a Man United fan, you know what I mean? Because they're the best team in the world, even though they got scalped off Chelsea.
Say it louder.
Right, we're getting into the next battle. Two faces you've seen before. Both killing it, both on the come up right now. Both been doing their thing on the Premier Battles Academy as well. I believe you was in that too. Yeah. Both making waves right now. On the motherfucking left, Deviant!
And on the right, make some noise for Frost!
Never lost!
Never lost! Team Talks!
Team Talks in the building.
It's KOTR rules.
KOTR rules, they're both sick, so we're not going to time them, but don't go on for too long, do you know what I mean? Flipping,
He's going to go first.
And Frost's going to go first. Right, round one on Frost.
Yeah, let's go, Frost.
Team Talks.
So after I was robbed in the academy,
Facts.
it's fact. But after I was robbed in the academy, I felt like I should take a minute off, relax for a bit, find some shit to watch, get a chick, hit the box, make her fall in love and change her Twitter name to Mrs. Frost. Then I saw some talk on the forum. It really pissed me off. One time I never did my job. These pricks had me written off. Now this skinny slob thinks he can take a win off Frost. You got more chance of getting brain off a pixie lot.
I'll get that, mate.
I shit you not. The day you beat me is the day we'll see the rivers stop, the fishes rock, the pigeons drop, the royal family stripping off to their lizard tops. Israel and Palestine stop kicking off. It would be a bigger shock if this tattoo on my skin became a real-life ticking clock. But this is my minimum effort, and still I'm beyond ya. Frost is a monster. I only came here today so I could big up my sponsor. Shout out Bad Mondays for the t-shirt and jumper. Get the bag, get the bag. Secure the bag. Recently, I feel like I ain't got the hunger, because I'm battling guys I don't need to or want to. But I can't help but answer when they're calling my number. But effort, this is all I can muster, but it's a level you will always be under. That's a statement of facts. We should both never be taking this match, because this is beneath me. And you should be aware of the dangers attached. I got charisma, flow, cadence, I rap. They can put on a beat and it get changed to the tracks. Fuck it, time.
Time.
Round two.
Round one.
Oh, you ready?
Let's go, D.
Ready? See all of that never lost bullshit? That's not gonna run with us. You're back in Manny now, boy. Look at the crowd. None of you Southerners could bother or worry us, and everyone's thinking that fight is going to be the one to kick off. But tonight, that's not where the trouble is. Nah, tonight, they'll lose their heads at this execution. And you said you was going to take my head off. You're going to eat one of them old school yellow pages. You try that shit, you're getting dashed in the pit. Stumbling about.
Let's go.
You're going to eat one of them old school yellow pages. You try that shit, you're getting dashed in the pit. Stumbling about the crowd, confused like Canel looking for his fellow ravers. See, finally, I managed to label the style. Punch heavy, punch often. Where the setup is a jab. I hope you said your goodbyes in London, hugged your dog, kissed your family, told them you're never coming back, because win or lose, there's a van outside waiting, and you'll get shoved in the back, and this city doesn't snitch. So the whole crowd can watch, and I ain't getting done for that. Listen to me closely, you jellied eel eating ponce. You jellied eel eating ponce. Because now we really get it started, Holmes. How have you got the face of a hardened stone garden gnome when the height fits too? The height fits too. Them baby arms ain't sparking cold, not when you'd have to put the gun down to change the cartridge, bro. I say that because your gun bars are trash. Trash. Like literally fucking awful. Let me display how it's done. I dare you to spit one of them shitty bars about how you spray max for fun and we going after families. You'll see real life shooters take aim at your mum. You know the postcodes around here where they used to call it Gunchester, right? M15, M16, M40, the whole fucking area's named after You know the postcodes around here where they used to call it Gunchester, right? M15, M16, M4, even M6. The whole fucking area's got named after guns, so I don't mind bigging up my opponent. But you so determined to talk me down, now I'm pissed. You ain't just losing the battle, it's all 3 rounds, and if you doubt that, the next sound you'll hear is punch dropping, because if it's a bar fight or a real fight, I punch heavy and I punch often. Do you think, short man?
Let's go.
Never lost?
Never lost. Hey, Deviant, you look ill. When did you last have a good meal? You look skinny as fuck. She nicking your grub. We know who has the trousers in your house, but who's cooking the dinners? Honestly, bruv, you couldn't look any thinner. I don't think you could make it through winter. Probably pierce your heart if you got a splinter. Is it because of your teeth? Because mate, they is rough. Can't eat nothing if it ain't in a mush. When was the last time you gave them a brush? Plaque so thick it's been upgraded to crust. Or maybe it's because you're a robot. Because, bruv, you look like a robot. Bruv, bruv, blink right now if you're not a robot. Bruv, he's a fucking robot, bruv. Bruv, it's Frost, no L's, Kris Kringle. Bring your girl around me, the bitch single. It's Christmas soon, he gets all the family round. All them are fit cunts, they got hand-me-downs. You can catch him in the city sucking off a man for brown and his chick stood beside him drinking a can of stout. Bruv, I found you out. You smoke blunts of spice, you dusty guy. You wanna punch me, try. You in what army, please? He can't compete. He steals bars from memes. For the bread he gets spread like margarine. But he's butters. And that's
I like that.
And that's why he can't spar with me. What he spent on his outfit, I spent today on jars of weed. Drama. You want palaver, Deviant? I back out the shotty and blow his heart to pieces. I ain't missing, that's his missus. Whatever target's easiest. Right.
Come on, guys. You guys are sleeping. Come on, guys.
See, yo, hold on. Me and you have two completely different approaches to this. I'm about bars with substance and meticulously deep craft. You get up here and talk shit about how good you are. Your battles are nothing but boasting mixed in with cheap laughs, and yet you still claim that you never lost. After this claim's gonna be like you in real life. Ridiculously weak, lad. See, oh shit.
Well, find it, Deviant. Find him, bro.
Ridiculously weak, lad. See, so you're gonna beat me? Yeah. How? With what? Frost don't ride cold, and you ain't sick, so stop claiming it. That's not even a slight hold. Oh, you're gonna beat me because you can perform better. You better suspend that animation or get your life froze. I'm mixing sayings up, cutting the whole face off just to spite nose, but let me bring it home. Let me bring it home. Literally. Perfect example of crowd bias. Mr. Never Lost, but Loxy beat you on Ronald's, judged by the crowd. Are you calling the crowd liars?
Yeah.
Yeah!
They are today. They are today.
You calling the crowd liars? Well, try that today. You'll find out how we truly treat outsiders. Set an old building up in flames and lock him in. Let's see if we can use frost melting to put out fires. Speaking of fires, you're always talking about the heat you grip. Nah, I don't believe you're really around, Steel. You're always talking about the weight you claim to carry. I don't believe you're an ounce real. Now I don't believe you're a bad man on road with the voice of a down seal. Now I don't believe you got bad man who can show me how not walking around feels. Nah, I don't believe you're the guy who turns up to the beef ready to grip the toaster. However, I do believe you're the type of guy to meet a chick hitting ghoster.
Big facts. Big facts. It's relevant.
I do believe you're the type of guy to meet a chick hitting ghoster. You came to war with me, you read the briefing wrong. You will die on this mission, soldier. Come up here looking for fame. Round here, you only go from a face in the crowd to a missing poster.
You are sleeping.
Let's go first.
Yes.
Man. Remember when he said, light travels faster than sound? That's why some people will appear bright until they open their mouth. No? Because he's used that 2 times. When he visited in the first place, that's stolen reused lines. Who here ain't heard that joke before, word for word? Every line I use, here's where you heard it first. I came here today to put this nerd in dirt. Something jazzy getting worn out like a Persian shirt. Frost is cold, they should know never mess with him. My words are smoke like Native Americans. Frost is cold, they should know never mess with him. My words mean smoke like Native Americans. Knife game good, the blade remove everything. All that's remaining is skeleton. He likes to copy so much, let's give him a taste of his medicine. Your bird's like a bowling ball. Finger her 3 times and dash it down the lane. Finger her 3 times and dash it down the lane. She comes back again. He got himself locked in the toilet and pissed himself. Dirty tramp nicks all the coins out of wishing well. See how easy it is? This kid's a melt. All my shit I wrote, I ripped myself. I'm from a different world. I wrote this the other night, and that's on my mother's life. You got any chance of beating me? I hope you fucking tried. I hope you wrote this with your life instead of rolling up the spice. He's been woke for days, but he ain't opened up his mind. I'll fold him up, it's fine, cause I got a gun bar so sick, it'll blow your fucking mind. Hey, I told the youngers hold it like this. this and put this hand over this hand. I got them kids drawing. Oh, it's a stick, man.
Say that again! Say it again! Say it again!
Oh shit.
I told the youngers hold it like this and put this hand over this hand. Got kids drawing. Oh, it's a stick, man. Bruv, the tech can hurt your wrist like a 40 Apple Watch. Magazine so big that it's more a catalogue. In your opponent's rounds, you get sore and chat a lot. Do that today and it'll be the second time in Manny they have to call a battle off.
You lot, come on, get some energy, guys. Come on. Fucking sleeping.
Yo! Let's go. It's the third round. It's where everything I said over the last rounds is proved, from the never lost to the shit bars to the lies about having bad man that'll clap rounds for you. Tom Baker, forget Frost. I want to see if the man's background is true, and if you ain't man enough to respond, well, then that's down to you. But I got some questions for you, Frost, and don't worry if you can't answer them. There's no consequence. Do you get up here and try and convince us about how good you are because in reality you have no confidence? Because outside of battling from friends, family, women, you've received no compliments? You got no flavour for the masses. Imagine bringing out chips for everyone with no condiments.
Oh, wow. That's fire. You not sleeping.
See, that sauce you talk, you ain't about it. About it'll take my head off. Yeah, you bin pilling. You try that shit, it's an old cartoon. One hand up on his head, weaving windmilling.
Mine was better.
That's dope.
See, if you missed the announcement, this guy's just practice for the PGs. Yeah. Let me turn up, get to talking to him. You play with guns, I run with knives. Get it from the back, walk it to him. He's supposed to block me, I ghost the obstacle, walking through him. Oh, he's still solid? Right swing, jury room is the follow-up, he's forward and snooze, and I throw a punch, because you're in blue, and you throw a punch, it's awkward move. So stop saying you never lost, and then you know a bunch of bad man with a crew with techs. You bad man, shoot blanks. And the way you deny getting beat, I reckon Tom Baker's got an abusive ex. Oh.
Make some noise, guys. Come on. Make some noise for that. Make some noise for that, guys. Come on.
Right, you know how we do it, crowd back to the judge. If you think Frost won, make noise now.
Let's go, Frost. Never lost.
If you think Deviant won, make noise now. Really, Deviant. Make some noise for your winner, Deviant.
Hey, you
Right, next battle.